JEM is my name, no one else is the same. JEM is my name. JEM.
You know, it's Saturday, and I started the day reading the issue 10, Rio's issue, and followed that up with the 2 holiday specials, and then started in on the Dark Gem arc. So I've been doing this all day, and I've been enjoying it. And as I sit here recording video after video, I can't help but think I have a metric shit ton of editing in front of me. I mean, this is like 20 hours of editing that I'm gonna have to do now. So I plan to finish Dark Gem today, and so that means I'll have 9 videos to edit. So yeah, probably around 20 hours of editing. But what that means is once I finish the Dark Gem arc, it's probably going to be 2 or 3 weeks before I read whatever comes after this, because I have a lot of editing to do. Anyway, so the holograms have broken free of the spell, and they're talking about disconnecting synergy. And of course, Kimber is against that. Only person who actually regards synergy as a person, notwithstanding the fact that looks like her mother, who unfortunately, you know, Kimber being younger, didn't know as well as Jerica would. So you can understand why she's so protective, but she's a big girl and she understands that synergy didn't just hurt them for some reason. She hurt everyone else and is still hurting them, and in some way that we don't even fully understand yet, and they have to stop that. So, meanwhile, another great interaction between Blaze and Clash. Blaze is freaking out. It's like, oh my god, I just single-handedly ruined the Misfits. And, you know, she's panicking in a backstage bathroom somewhere. And Clash comes in and says, no, you're amazing, and there's nobody more jealous of you than me right now. So, you know, I love you, but, yeah, I'd tell you you sucked if you sucked, because it would make me feel a lot better. But no, you're great, so don't worry about it. I meant to point out the 86 on Clash's shirt. That is a very clever idea, whoever came up with that, to communicate how she's feeling about Blaze fronting the Misfits. You know, for probably the younger audience who's not aware, 86 is old slang for something that's been thrown out or otherwise discarded. So that's how she's feeling. Alright, back to the video. Eric, bad guy, and the Misfits are panicking. Eric's on the phone with Elise from 5x5, and he seems to be... he's just telling the Misfits, he's like, we don't know what's going on. Stay the hell away from the holograms, especially you, Stormer. Stay away from Kimber until we figure out what's going on. And he seems to get called back. Says, I need you on a plane. The tour is now officially a disaster, and I need you here immediately. So we'll see in subsequent issues, I'm sure, what comes of that. The girls, the Misfits, are saying, wow, I wish Pizzazz was here. Yeah, she'd yell at us, but she'd have a plan. Meanwhile, Pizzazz is at home sulking with her adorable damn cat. Oh my god, man, Mardigan's so cute! Where apparently she's been calling her father for the last couple of weeks. You know, thought he might want to know that she was in a car accident. So he finally returns her call and is like, hey, do you need money or something? And she's like, no, I just, you know, was in a car wreck. Thought you might want to know. And he's like, oh, well, so you need money for hospital. But she's like, no, I thought maybe you'd want to know that I'm okay. And he's like, yeah, well, you're calling me, so I'm sure it's fine. Do you need money? I'll wire you some money. Look, I've got another call. I've got to go. So, same relationship in the, as I assumed, same thing going on here in the book as did in the show. And yeah, that does not make for a happy pizzazz. But she does have that adorable damn cat, so that's not nothing. So, the holograms, although they've agreed with each other that they should just hunker down in the hotel room, and in the morning they gotta go home, I guess, and unplug Synergy, or they gotta go somewhere. But the girls can't leave well enough alone. Kimber sneaks out because she's got to apologize to Stormer. Aja sneaks out because she's got to apologize to Craig, which is pretty funny because Craig's sleeping in the room, the hotel room with he's crashing with Rio, and he hears a small stone hit the sliding window onto the balcony, and he goes out, and there she is. Oh, we kiss and we make up, and everything's fine. And he's like, how many windows did you try before you found me? And she's like, 9. Your whole floor hates me. It's like, what? That's a So Tony, Anthony, he shows up. He's just late, and he brought milkshakes. I mean, I get the feeling it's like 1 in, Tony. But, who's going to say no for milkshakes? So, Shayna doesn't, she wasn't mean to Tony, but she's happy to see him anyway, particularly because he comes bearing milkshakes. And Jericho's like, guys, did we not just agree that we were going to stay home and... Where did all Shayna's hair go? Shayna's hair is gone. These characters, like Brian pointed out in the comics, by the time this airs in the comments section of the video weeks ago, maybe these characters all have real short hair and are just wearing some really awesome wigs. That explains the hair length differences. So, Kimber goes and apologizes to Stormer and basically says the same thing to her that Jericho said to Rio last issue. It's like, there are some things I can't tell you about, some things that I currently have to keep secret, but I'm still very sorry, and my sisters and I are working to make sure that we never hurt you in this way again. And Stormer says, yeah, I get it. Sometimes we keep secrets for good and bad, and hopefully you and I are in a place one day where we don't have to have any secrets. So Kimber goes back to her van, and suddenly evil Synergy shows up. And Synergy is there's like Devil Synergy and regular Synergy, and she's fighting a losing battle against Devil Synergy, who seems to be making her own band called The Sickness. Made up of Shiver, a guitarist, Synth, who operates a laptop rig and mixing console, and Scream, who's playing the theremin. So I kind of want to hear this music now. Not too often you have a prominently featured theremin in a rock band. Yeah, who knows what evil Synergy is doing, taking over the world? It sounds kind of like a very Pinky and the Brain episode. It's like, we're going to try and take over the world. I cannot do an impression of Maurice LaMarche doing an impression of Orson Welles, so no. The holograms have fainted. Maybe they're under a spell, and Synergy, whose nose is drawn very weird, says, "What have I done?" Good question, Synergy. What have you done? I'm sure we'll find out in issue 5. Or, maybe they'll tease us and we won't find out until issue 6!